أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Arnold El Mahdi.
My name is Veronica Al-Mahdi.
And we are very happy to welcome you in this new episode of the meditation show.
Yes.
Today, Veronica, the topic?
Yes, the topic of today is contentment.
Contentment, and we will see different hadith. We have a video also today about contentment, an exclusive definition from the second Mahdi about contentment, and of course we'll have the usual guided meditation where we try to focus on this contentment. Stay with us and we'll see all together everything that we just say.
One day, a sage was on a walk when he saw a single coin lying on the side of the road. He picked up the coin and decided to donate it to someone who really needed the coin. He walked the whole day but was unable to find anyone who really needed it. The next morning, when the sage was outside his house, the king was passing by with his armies. When the king saw the sage, he stopped and came to speak to the sage. "Oh sage, I'm going to a battle so I can win more land and be more powerful. Please bless me to be successful." The sage smiled and gave the coin to the king. "What is the meaning of this coin?" the king asked angrily. "I'm already rich and wealthy. Why would you give me this coin?" he said. "Great king," said the sage, "I was looking for someone needy to give this coin to. Yesterday, I looked and looked, but everyone was happy and satisfied. They didn't need more. But today, you came to me. You are the king, but you still want more. You are still not satisfied. I think you need this coin." The king realized his mistake and gave up the planned war.
So we hope you enjoy this video. We chose this video because we like the way it's very simply and very clearly shown how contentment doesn't depend on outer wealth, at least, and maybe even outer condition, but contentment is more an inner reality or an inner attitude.
Yes, it's amazing because I was actually reflecting about contentment because we were going to make the meditation show, and it really felt like it had to do with wealth. And because, you know, when you are satisfied within, then there is no more need for outer conditions to make us happy somehow. And this is a very important subject right now because the world is changing in front of our eyes and many things are happening. So I feel that contentment is something very precious in this time. And we need to look inside to find what is it, this thing that doesn't allow us to be contented. Because before this moment of crisis, we were okay and still we were not contented. There was a lot of things that were missing, or we wanted to think differently. And now we are in another situation, and our parameters of being contented with have changed absolutely. And we need to look a bit into what is it that is not allowing us to be contented. And I was looking deeply into it, and I came into when I feel really at peace, when I feel really contented, is when I let myself go into Allah's will, and I leave all my affairs in His hands, and I'm pleased and conformed with whatever He sends and in the place that I am at.
Yes, beautiful. And it reminds me of a story we know about Imam Ali. Maybe I can read it.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is said that a man once came to Ali ibn Abu Talib alayhi salam, and said, "I have come to you, my master, and I am full of grief and sadness and don't know what to do. Help me." Imam Ali alayhi salam said, "I would like to ask you a question. Did you come into this world with all of this grief?" The man replied, "No." Imam Ali alayhi salam said, "And are you going to leave this world carrying it with you?" And the man replied, "No." So Imam Ali alayhi salam said, "A matter which didn't come with you, nor will you live with it, shouldn't cause so much grief. Be patient upon the matters of the dunya, and focus your attention on the kingdoms of heavens, rather than focusing your attention on this dunya and what you want shall be. Smile, for your sustenance has already been divided, and your destiny established, and the matters which happen in the world is not worth grief, because it is between the hands of the living one. A person is living in between two matters, an easy moment and a hard moment, and both are a blessing if he only had faith." So, very beautiful hadith.
Yes.
And that's the words of Imam Ali alayhi salam. So how not to agree with it? But it's so beautifully said, and the demonstration is so beautiful that yes, contentment is somehow it's a decision. Somehow it's a posture that one can have or not.
Yes.
And then the reality also outside can change because of this inner posture. Because how we look at things the thing will manifest in a different way also for us. And it's so important to understand that, and how we can practice and understand that. How we cannot grieve or about difficult times is not only, but one of the way is to stop again, to listen to the habits of the noisy mind, the busy mind, who is always proposing some suggestion, mostly negative. Why me? Again me? It will always be like this. When will it stop? And when we return our attention in a more deep place, calm place, or we can witness this different movement inside, emotion, states, anxiety, maybe thoughts, a lot of all of this, then again we can find back this contentment, not engage with this proposition of the busy mind, who will make us sad or will make us excited about something maybe positive, but then again we'll fall in looking for something else, like this rich man looking for something more, again more and more and more, without being ever content with what it is here and now, and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us right now.
Yes, I was remembering something. The shaitan says, and this is what is happening in this world, is like freedom. You can have everything you want. You want this, you want that, I will give you everything you want. But true freedom is when you don't want anything, or when you to submit to the will of God. In that we find true freedom, because true freedom is when we achieve this inner peace, when we don't want something else but the will of God, and we submit to it. Because when we are always in wanting, the only reason why we always want and want and want is because we want to stop the wanting. So we run to get that, so this wanting is finished. And in that race that is never stopping, because there is always something next, there is no peace, and we have a price. And whenever we run over our true feelings of right and wrong, there is no peace. there is no true contentment. So when we don't want anything, there is so much freedom, because we are not running towards things any longer, and we can have a lot of things, but if we have an inner feeling that something is missing, we cannot enjoy them, and we cannot be at peace. And I was also remembering this, when we are contented with the place that we are and in the circumstances that we are, when we find that we forget about, I shouldn't be here, this shouldn't be this way, this should be in another way, what do we know? What really do we know about where we are supposed to be, or how things should be? Do we really know this? Do we really, really know this? So when we drop all these things, or I was like this in the past, or I thought like that in the past, when we really drop these things, we strive to be contented with with the circumstances that we are in, then also we become a light for others, which is what we're really missing. We were needing this before, and we will need it today more than ever. So it's very important, because it's contagious, and we can see how sometimes people surprise us in the way they take things. Like something you will be very angry at or very discontented about, someone is very contented about. So you can be that example for others as well. And in this moment it will be like almost like air, I guess, like water. So this is what came into
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, because this contentment, another word for contentment will be wholeness. And what I want to say about that is like how will be one day, or how will be our life, if when we wake up we feel we are already content, we are already whole. What does it change? Almost everything, because we'll not try to take from this life from others, and we'll be finally ready to give.
Yeah.
But not only giving, but we will be giving with this beautiful feeling that will not be diminished in nothing, because this contentment is like a connection with the divine, with something which is infinite. It is always here. It is like a gift of God inside of us, and we'll try to feel it. Also, it can be an experience. It's not only words, or it's not only concept. It can be an experience when we are not engaged in worries, in thoughts, in projection, in needs, in wants. When all of this drop, there is this silence that we speak here in this show for some time now. This silence which is also contentment, and which is a place in ourselves where we are closer to God.
Yes.
Like this, yes, sharing more of its attributes in the world, more compassion, more selflessness, more love, all of this. And yes, meeting someone who is content, it is different.
Yes.
And we'll see this in a relationship, that you will see someone who is content will have a different way of behaving.
Yes, it's funny, because probably when we see someone that is contented, we want to give so much to them, right? And when we have someone that is discontented and wants, somehow it doesn't happen that you want to give to this person. So it's very incredible sometimes, like how this works, right? So to sum it up, what we could say?
I think the best way to sum it up would be to share a definition that we receive, thanks to God, a definition from Abu al-Sadiq, the second Mahdi, alayhi salam, and I will share it with you now. I will read it. So he defined contentment as being satisfied with our current situation, knowing that any other situation other than the one we are in will not be satisfying to us. What a beautiful definition.
Yes, that sums it up.
Yes, and reading it, I suddenly thought about Prophet Ayub.
Ah, yes.
And his life. I will not describe it here I think we'll pass now to the second phase of this show, the meditation.
Yes.
But I invite everybody really to go back to this story of Ayub and how we can have a beautiful example of contentment. And yeah, contentment is really much connected actually with patience and with faith. And it's this trust in God, really, that we know this is the best for us. It is what it is given to us.
Yes. And to expect always a good outcome, even if we don't know when that moment could be. Could be in this life, could be in the hereafter. But to always expect good as well.
Okay, now we invite you to take a moment really to experiment and to go inside the practice, to find a position and a time just for you for this next 15-20 minutes, to put aside your phone, and with it maybe all the worries of the day, all the concern, the projection, in whatever situation really you are, please to do it. It's worth it to do it, and
strive for it, because our minds really doesn't want us to find the strength that we find in meditation. And in meditation also we can understand ourselves better and see which are the patterns that always put us in a situation where we are saddened or we are not content. So we're going to find out so many things about ourselves that if we don't, the mind can manage us so much. So really we are lazy to do that, because it's not us, it's just the mind that wants us to skip that moment because it knows how much worthy it is. So strive for it. We do the same.
So find a posture, a position, a place where you know that you will not be disturbed for this time. Sit comfortably. Find a good place on a chair or on the ground, really as you feel best. You can lay down also, but be sure not to fall asleep. And we'll start with 3 deep breaths. It's the opportunity really for you to release all energy, negativity, stress out of your body. And every time you inhale, try to visualize also something that you need, that is good, some space, some light, some lightness, and we can do that right now. And we invite you to close your eyes right now, if it's not already done. And it's the moment to bring back your attention to only here and now. Your attention is here in this room, here inside your body. And we'll start together by feeling different parts of the body, starting with the feet, and feeling also different parts of your body that touch the ground or the chair, and to really feel this place of contact. Really put your attention there in the sensation. Try to find different sensation, the temperature, the volume, the shape. Really focus your attention there. Feel your feet, your ankles, go up to your knees, to your waist, your lower back. You can slowly go up the spine, until your shoulders. Release the weight or the unnecessary tension that are gathered there. Drop the weight of your arms, elbows, hands, fingers. Go back, hands, elbows and shoulders. Feel your chest moving through the movement of the breath. And go up now to your head, top of your head, your forehead. You can try to open this space in the forehead. Sometimes we gather tension also there. Feel your eyeballs, ears, nose, your jaws. Also relax here the tension, and let your tongue take its place inside your mouth. This is a good starting point for every meditation, to really come back to the body, to here and now. You can open now your attention to the surrounding sounds. Just take notice of the ambience. Sounds coming and going, appearing, disappearing. This is now. This is where you are. And we dismiss anything that is concerning past or future, or else, or you in different situation. You are simply here and you pay attention now to the movement of the breath. Your body may be in a specific state. You may be in a specific mood. For now, just for a while, don't try to change or to fight and to modify anything. Don't follow the thoughts that are commenting about that. Try to find solution, or that are complaining. And simply pay attention to the movement of the breath. You are here and now. Seated. The movement of the breath is happening by itself. and your attention is just here and now. What it is, here and now, that could be an obstacle for you to be content. Maybe some answer or reaction come directly. I feel like this, I feel like that, I have this to do, and my friend and my family, and tomorrow, and this happened yesterday. This is part of our reality. This is true. But let's remember the hadith of Imam Ali alayhi salam. If we ignore this invitation of the busy and noisy mind, what is left here? If we trust that the situation we are here and now is the will of God, and that no other situation can satisfy us right now, what is an obstacle for you to smile? And maybe you can smile and you can feel this free contentment which is here, just here, when we stop to pay attention to so much noise and habits, the noisy mind. Something peaceful is here, silent. A natural contentment is here. And maybe it's not possible right now for you to feel it. So a good exercise will be then to witness what is appearing right now in your consciousness. What kind of thoughts are so strong that are convincing you that you cannot be content right now? What are they saying? Can we identify them? Once identified, often we'll see that they are not really good friends, and that we can give us the authorization to dismiss them, to ignore them. Let's give us the authorization to stop to personally control our life and what we want and what we need. And when we cut these habits, very old conditioning the human mind, then contentment can be felt. Then contentment can be our reality, coupled with trust and faith that the next step, the next day, it will be the same. God will provide. And to trust that. Let's try to feel it, to experience it. To break these habits of giving attention to thoughts or outside, and we bring the attention where peace, where contentment is. Don't doubt it. It is here. And if you doubt, just notice that actually doubt has arose inside of you and you followed it with your attention. But if your attention will not have been with the doubt and stay here, now, you may have felt this wholeness, this contentment. Bring back your attention now to the movement of the breath. And feel your general state. How do you feel right now? Is that the same that when we started the meditation? Is that different? You can move slowly your body. Feel again this point of contact between your body and the chair, the ground. And slowly, slowly, you can open your eyes. Take notice again of the room in which you are seated. And try to keep this attention also inside, like 50-50. You are aware of what is around you, but also a part of your attention is here inside, with this feeling, with this state, with this contentment. And try to move about in your day with this awareness, and see if something is different. I think for today we have reached the end of the session.
Yeah.
We hope you could benefit from this from this session about contentment, that you could feel it, experiment it. You can also anyway replay it on YouTube if you want. And yes, I don't know if you want to add a last thing before we finish.
I was remembering something that the lady Zainab alayhi salam has said in the battlefield. She said that she didn't see anything except beauty at that moment. So I think that gives us a good inner and outer portrait and dimensions of contentment and submission to Allah, to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And yeah.
Yes, I feel that we can always come back to the life of the Imams and the example of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, because they are the embodiment of these attributes of light, which one of them is contentment.
Yes.
And this infinite source of wisdom and
strength
and
patience, truthfulness.
And truth. I mean.
And this fighting spirit also in the right way for the right cause.
So we hope that you could really take something from today.
Yes.
Wish you all the best.
Yes.
And we say to you, see you soon, take care, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.